Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to unblock streaming sites with Smart DNS. Now, as you probably know, and hopefully one of the reasons you're at this video, is lots of global content is actually blocked. It's region restricted, so it depends on your location whether you can see it. If a site is only available in the US, if you're outside the US you won't be able to see it, just as if you're in the UK. You can see certain things that you can't see in France, Germany, or wherever. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to get around these blocks. They're called geo-blocks or geo-restrictions. And there's a couple of ways to do it. One of them is something called a VPN, which I talk extensively on this channel. But there's also another option. It's called Smart DNS, and it's a technology that only really functions for accessing these sites, whereas VPN is a much more sophisticated tool and does things like privacy and keeps your location private. Smart DNS doesn't do that. It's here to unblock websites, and that's all it is. Now, for instance, how does Smart DNS work? Let's just go through it very quickly. It basically looks at the region. When you've got Smart DNS enabled, it will look at the region of the website you're going to. So say I'm going to the BBC. It will look where the BBC is. It would look where you are located. And if you're outside the UK, you probably know that BBC won't work. So in this case, Smart DNS will pick servers to route your traffic through to make it look like you are in the UK. And it'll do this for specific sites. Then it'll optimize to pick the best site and ensure that all the region specific content will get to your device. Now when I say device, I can mean phone, tablet, games console, streaming hub, or whatever you're using. Okay, so how does it work? Right, basically to show you, so Doctor Who on BBC iPlayer. Now I can watch this because I'm in the UK and it'll stream perfectly well whenever I want to watch it. There's the Doctor Who screen. You see it works. If you tried that and you're outside the UK, it'll get blocked, okay? Unless you're using Smart DNS. Now, Smart DNS is configured for certain sites. So basically, it'll only work with the sites you configure it for. So I use one called Smart DNS Proxy. If you want to try it, there's a link below to a free 14-day trial. I think it covers most of the sites, but they do change it. I remember them saying, some people complaining that Netflix wouldn't work with it, but you'll have to check it out to see what it changes. But these are basically all the channels and the websites that Smart DNS Proxy works with. You can see these, it'll help you access these if you're blocked by the ISP. Most of these are streaming sites, and you can unblock these streaming sites as well. So let's pick one at random. Pandora, I don't know if you know it. This is a US only radio channel site that I used to enjoy quite a lot. Let's just go to Pandora, and I'm in the UK, so I can watch BBC, but I can't watch Pandora because it's unavailable in this country. I'm going to show you how to fix this with Smart DNS, okay? So let me just move on. Right, what should we do? I will show you the little map here. This is how it works. Basically, your client goes to the Smart DNS server, which decides, am I blocked or am I not blocked? If I'm not blocked, as I was with BBC, it'll just go directly to the site and do basically nothing. If it is blocked, it'll decide which country do you need to appear in, and then route certain parts of your traffic through a proxy, and then it will go to the site. So for in this situation, Pandora, it would get to here and say, he's in the UK, we need to route his traffic through a US proxy, and then it'll work. Okay, so let me show Smart DNS. Here it is. Let's just look, where am I going to show you the site, how to set it up. It's dead easy. I'll just show you the steps now, if you bear with me. You can see here, this is Smart DNS Proxy configuration, and I've got my IP activated, but my DNS is not configured. I'm going to show you how to do that. You can see the little cross there. Okay, so this is on a Windows laptop. Okay, so you can see here we go into these settings. This is your network connections. You'll find it It's probably more complicated on a laptop than anything really, but on a games console or your smart TV even, just find the network connections. Here we're looking for our active network connection, which is, I'm using Wi-Fi here. And then you have to go on to properties and scroll down to Internet Protocol version 4. There won't be this complication on a TV, smart TV or a games console. It'll just be network connections. And you'll see we'll get to this screen, and what we need to do is set up Smart DNS servers. So we need to change this tab. Make sure that we're using a Smart DNS server. I'm just going to type them in now. So this is one of Smart DNS's servers. Well, I'll put 2 in here. Preferred and an alternate. There we go. It's usually best to validate settings upon exit. OK, and close. It'll just do that because it's validated. Let's just close my internet connection. We'll go back to the Smart DNS proxy screen, and I'll refresh the screen. And now I've configured Smart DNS, and that's all there is to it really. Let me just do a refresh here. What is it, F5? There we go. And now it'll double check, and it hopefully should see, I've got the tick there, that now Smart DNS is configured. That's all there is to it. And you do it once, and that's it. You walk away. You will have to reactivate the IP if you change to a different network. So if I use the different Wi-Fi, I'd have to reactivate that. So if I took my laptop and sat in somebody else's house or work or a coffee shop, I'd have to reactivate that. Okay, so Doctor Who will still work. Let me just show you. Basically has done nothing now. That decision is still being checked. Is he in the UK? Yes. BBC is a UK only. It'll work fine. And now we'll just have to try Pandora. Give me a second. So let's go and try Pandora. As you remember, Pandora is this online radio site thing. Let me just go. And you can see now when I go to it, I can log in perfectly well. Just turn that off. And it'll work perfectly, so I can play whatever I like, whenever I like on Pandora, because now it's basically seen I'm in Smart DNS, has made it look like I'm in the US, so the Pandora site will work. So that's all there is to it. Let me just show you. So basically in that situation, the client has come up, it's looked at Pandora, it's on one of its registered sites, it said, this won't work for him because he's in the UK, and Pandora is a US only site, so it's linked me through a US proxy to the Pandora site. After it's done its verification, that happens directly. So that's one of the other good things about Smart DNS, is that it only routes the traffic through a proxy that it needs to, so it makes it much faster. And that all works perfectly. With BBC, it just goes this route, and that's all there is to it. Let's just show you. So, just to summarize, setting up Smart DNS, you're just basically changing your DNS servers. That's really all it is, mainly. You do need to choose a provider, obviously, a Smart DNS service. There used to be some free ones, but I haven't seen any for ages. But they might still be out there. Have a search if you can. And if you see any, put them in the comments below. They don't tend to last, or they didn't used to last very long, but they might be still out there. You get your DNS addresses from your provider, so if you choose Smart DNS Proxy and use their 14-day free trial, grab the DNS servers that you're supposed to get, then configure your device and enter DNS settings in your network configuration, and then activate the IP, and it's done. It literally takes, I know I've waffled on a little bit, but it literally takes 2 minutes. In fact, not even that. And then you can enjoy the global content. So, for instance, you can watch US Netflix if you're in a different country. You can watch Hulu, BBC iPlayer, Pandora, NBC, ABC, you name it. In the Smart DNS configuration, you can decide where there's a choice. So you could have different versions of Hulu, for instance, or different versions of Amazon. You can choose which one you want. That can all be configured. And that's all there is to it. That's basically how to unlock this global content and unlock streaming sites anywhere in the world with Smart DNS. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye for now.